Instagram, and wherever else you're checking out the show from. This Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. And today is Tuesday, so let's get ready to get busy because we want to finish the show tonight. Last night I couldn't get it all done, so I said I'd come back tonight and finish it up. So if this is your first time joining Kevin's Corner, please hit the like button, share my videos, follow me on other platforms. This is a place where we have fun, but we also talk about serious topics as well, and so on and so forth. Now, if you can hear me, please check in, let me know. This way, I can get it started, because I don't want to waste no time, and I don't want to waste my breath. I refreshed, and the title changed. I'm just going to shut. What? Hold on, wait, the title. I'm reading some of your comments. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so with that being said, let's see, we got what, 20 people watching? Or maybe the notifications ain't gone out yet. I'm sure people will be coming in slowly but surely. So if you can hear me, let's go ahead and get loose, and then we'll wait for others to come in. They'll get in where they fit in. Oh, yeah. I rock the planet, beat my chest like a silverback. Make Rilla's in here. Rilla's in here. Rilla's in here. Gorilla in here. That's right. So now, if you've been here before, you already know the drill. First of all, I got a corner store, so you can go in and get any type of merchandise you want. And then also this number 330-974-4607. If you text MAGA to that number, just in case I mysteriously disappear for a couple of days or so, you know that I'll be able to reach you. Now, with that being said, I got Jersey walking around out there, the new dog. She's still yet to come in here. Gizmo got into a scrap with her over the ball. It was hilarious. She's a Labrador, and Gizmo, of course, is a Shih Tzu, and he wasn't having it. He's like, I run this here juke joint hoppo. This here is my juke joint hoppo. And I was like, that's right, Gizmo. It was hilarious to watch. But anyway, you guys will meet Jersey at some point. Now, we got to finish up from last night, because last night I was showing everybody some responses from the left. And we all know how the left is going to act over this, because this was their whole goal. Their whole goal was to get a conviction and try to shame everybody else into abandoning Donald Trump based on the fact that now they can brag about, look at him. He's a convicted felon. Do you guys want a convicted felon as your president? And some poll numbers are starting to come in. And guess what, y'all? People are saying, yup, I sure do. So it doesn't look like their diabolical scheme is working. In fact, we kind of knew it, because the problem with this whole scheme is we knew it was a scheme. See, it'd be one thing if we knew Donald Trump really committed some type of crime. But we know these are trumped up charges, no pun intended. So therefore, we're like, and we saw this coming a mile away. You guys been trying to get him since day one. Now y'all got a little conviction under your belt, and you think we're supposed to be like, oh, well, I guess this one is going to stick. I guess this is a real crime this time. Unlike all the 4 or 5 other accusations that you guys have accused him of. So it's not working. But the question is, what do we do about it? Because it's obvious that the Democrats don't care. They have no limits when it comes down to their corruption. So we're going to get some feedback from a couple people that I thought had an interesting take on it. But before we do that, we got an example of what happens when Trump derangement syndrome goes wrong, y'all. Check this out. Somebody didn't mind their own business. Look at this. This is what TDS would do for you guys. See this guy? Look at that guy. Look at that guy. That Trump sign. It's calling. You see that Trump sign in that yard? That Trump sign is calling him, y'all. Hold on. Let me make sure y'all can see this. Make sure y'all can see. Let me raise that up a little bit. A little bit right about there. Yeah. See, that TDS It won't let him go. That Trump sign over there, like, it's calling me, man. It's like crack. It's like crack. So let's see what he does. Oh, he's going for it. He's taking the bait. He's taking the bait. I love it. Yeah, he couldn't resist it, y'all. The temptation was too strong. Let's see it again. Let's see it again. Here he goes. It's like a fish. It's like a fish. See, you put the Trump sign out there, and you know that TDS is going to kick in. And just like a fish on a hook, he went for it. Let's see it again. Oh, man. I wonder who put that electricity in that Trump sign right there. Man, I can watch that a million times. I wonder how many votes did he got. Hey, he'll think twice the next time. See, these liberals, man, they think they can get away with this stuff. This is where we've gotten to in society. They think that Trump is so evil that they can break the law. Rules no longer apply to them. They're like, well, that's for the greater good. Before we get started, one more time. I'm sorry. Maybe I just... Here we go. Here it is again. One more time. Look. Yeah, look at him. Look at him. See him over there? Dun, 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 dun. Keep walking. You should have walked. I bet you he's like, I'm not going to stand for this fascist. Yeah, look at this. I'll show him. Ow, ow. Oh, boy, I tell you, man. Liberals. Anyway. Okay. That's funny. Yeah, he got set up all the way. But anyway, let's get to Creepy Sleepy, though, 'cause we haven't heard from him in a while. He's looking a little different these days, though. Let's see what he's talking about. Check this out, guys.
My fellow Americans, I'm Joe President, Biden of the United States of America. Look, I'm not kidding. Hey, jury of New York City, jury of your peers, jury of queer, a jury of your jury matter. Look, former President Trump, convicted, found in 3490 counts. I'll tell you something. My former boss, Jabrak Berdalama. Jabrak Berdalama, God love him. Me and Jilly and I, my wife, my daughter, my son died in Iraq. Look, my wife, my former boss, Jabrak Berdalama, we'd have over, he'd say hi to the silverware. My son is his joke is my son's got serious. Excuse me, my son. They found cocaine in the White House. Look. I'll tell you something. President MAGA, great MAGA king. You're saying you can come after me. If they come after me, we're going to protect democracy. We need the dignity. Bring back dignity. Battle for soul. Hairy legs.
Now, boy, I tell you, yeah, that is dead on Joe Biden. Yeah, you see those mood swings right there? Just start yelling at you for no reason. Now, let's just see how close that impression was to the real Joe Biden. Here we go. This is the real one.
My memory is fine. The president of Mexico, Sisi, did not want to open up the gate. A solid meeting with the Mitterrand from France looked at me and said,
well, now I see why they have to cheat. No wonder. You see this footage right here? I mean, if Trump was in this condition, I would be thinking about dead people voting too. I'd be like, all right, now how many dead people we got out there that we could bring in? Let's see. We might want to go ahead and import some folks from different countries. How about can we pull anybody from a different planet? Can we get somebody from no? Okay. All right. So we're in trouble. If we had a champion that's running around like this.
Nobody man with a poor memory.
I said I'm going to be a president for everybody, whether you live in a red state or a green state.
Green state.
Anyway, I don't want to.
Making Roe v. Word.
The best way to get
Making Roe v. Word. Boy, I tell you, he's in bad shape. Do you think he's going to make it through the finish line? See, sometimes you can tell. You ever been watching, usually it's in high school, in high school where, there's a drastic difference between top athletes, and because everybody gets a chance to participate in high school. You ever see some kid jump in a race that they shouldn't be in, like the 400-meter dash, something like that. And they realize, like at the 200-yard mark, that I'm in over my head. And everybody in the audience is wondering, is this kid gonna finish? Yeah, you all start betting. The kid's all over the place, in and out of his own lane, lost all his form, arms back, head all the way back like this, could see the whites of his eyes from behind him because his head is that far back. Struggling, back is tight, on stride, gone, and you're sitting there thinking, there's no way. There's no way, based on what I'm observing, the condition that this kid is, and he's not even halfway through the race, I don't think he's finishing. And if he does, what condition is he going to be in when he gets drug across that line? See, yeah. And this is where Joe is. Right now, we're watching him, and we're saying, this guy, he's not going to make it. There's no way. His form is horrible. He can barely talk. He can't remember stuff. And here he is trying to run for the presidency again.
Something done, if it holds near and dear to you, that you like to be able to. Anyway.
Oh, there's that anyway button. Whenever he's in trouble. Well, anyway, yeah, he does that to make it appear that he's sparing us. He got something deep and profound to say, and he's about to drop it on us. But then, you know what? I ain't gonna bore y'all with it. It's too deep for y'all anyway. Anyway, let me just go ahead and move on and spare you. Really what he's doing? He's sparing himself. He's trying to hang on to those last 3 or 4 brain cells he have left. So let's continue.
Tucker,
Yeah.
$159 billion left. America is a nation that can be defined in a single word.
Like what?
What am I doing here?
Yeah, what are you doing here? See, that's that moment where that kid in that 400-yard dash is saying, what am I doing here? I had a buddy who jumped in that 400-yard dash and was unprepared, had no idea what awaited him, had the nerve to be running it with some high-top leather Converses on, had a Jerry curl with some bangs that hung over like this, like ready for the world. He was out there like Paul Anthony or one of them dudes from Full Force, get busy one time. Yeah, got out there, took off like a bat out of hell. And 200 yards in, it seemed like some sniper shot him right in his ribs. He came almost to a complete halt. That moment where he was going, what am I doing in here? How did I get in this? I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I might die running this 400-yard dash. And that's where Joe is right there. What am I doing here? That's what we're all wondering too. I don't think he's gonna make it, honestly. I think they are preparing to swap this man out at some point. But we'll see.
1, 2.
Yeah.
A well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
Come on, Joe. See? There you go. So that's the guy that they are trying to drag across the finish line. And if he makes it, the question becomes, what condition will he be in? What condition will he be in? And can he ever make it another 4 years? No way. No way. I doubt it if he can make it one more year. One more year. If he had one more year left in his presidency, I think he would be done. It would be a self-tap out. It would be one of those, we're going to force this man to step down. It would be just him saying, can't go no more. Ran out of steam. Yeah. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's what the Democrats are working with. So it kind of really shows why they're at that point where they feel like they got to do these things. Jersey, are you coming in or not? Don't just stand there and stare. Come and meet the people. Or go. Go, Jersey. Y'all hear the nails on the deck. She's like, man, see, I'll never get to come in that special room. That's right. This is the special room. Gizmo sitting right here like this is Gizmo's room. All right, so now let's get into some responses from this travesty, and I mean travesty, of a decision that the Democrats have made concerning Donald Trump. I mean, like I was saying last night, did they not think it through? Did they think there would be no consequences, no fallout, or are they just simply prepared for the carnage? I think it's to the point when it comes down to the left, the Democrats, the deep state, or whoever else is behind this. They're just simply saying, you know what? If it all burns to hell, then it just does, because we don't have really a choice at this point. We got a raggedy candidate, and the man who's beaten our raggedy candidate to death, if he gets in, he's going to open up a can of whoop butt on us. So at this point, we might as well go ahead and give it a shot. We don't care about norms. We don't care about rules, decorum. We don't care about the perception that Americans will have in regards to the judicial system. We don't care about none of that. There's no time to worry about the details. We will deal with that stuff after we deal with the Trump hump. See, they got to get over the Trump hump. And to do that, they're willing to do whatever they got to do and say, we'll fill it in on the back end. So let's get some takes from some people that I appreciated what they had to say, starting off with this lady right here.
The first thing is that I think they did maybe one of the worst things they could possibly do going into November. Democrats need the election to be made all about Trump.
Oh,
because
so wait, is that why we don't hear them talking about their stuff? Is that why all we do is hear Biden out there just like that guy was imitating him? MAGA king, the Trump and his MAGA Republicans and the solid country and democracy. Yeah. Is that why they needed a bootleg conviction so they could run around talking about, look at he's a convicted felon? That's why they needed it to be about Trump, because that's what they're going to talk about. You think they're going to get out there and brag about that raggedy border that Joe Biden now is trying to pretend that he's doing something about? Yeah, you see that? I mean, like, nobody is going to remember how the last 3.5 years, this man and his policies left that border wide open. And he ran around talking about, can't do nothing. Congress got to do it. Can't do nothing. Now all of a sudden he's bold. Now all of a sudden he's making choices. Trying to go ahead and save face because he knows he's getting slaughtered in regards to an open border. So he can't boast about that. You know, he has nothing to run on except Trump and his ultra MAGA.
because that actually does help the left. But instead of making this about Trump v. Biden, they've made it about Trump versus the system. And when you make a debate about Trump versus the system, any random, everyday, average American can substitute themselves in his spot.
Good point. Because we're not gonna take it. Yeah, we're not gonna take it. That's where they went wrong. The miscalculation is they're hoping folks don't recognize that they're bringing down the whole weight of the system that most folks distrust on Trump. So all of a sudden, instead of focusing on Trump, a lot of people are going, wait a minute. They're bringing the whole mountain down on him. They got that type of power, that type of control, and they're doing it to this man. I'm more afraid of the system than I am Trump. Because once they're done with Trump, that corrupt system is still in place. So this is the miscalculation. They're uniting a lot of people that says, man, I wouldn't have even supported Trump, but that right there is scary. Billionaires are starting to say, nah, man, you know what? I know they love me right now because, of course, can you donate to us? Can you know what? We got this thing coming up, this bill, you know what? All that stuff. Yeah, they might love me now, but as soon as I cross one of these people that's in power, one of these weak, sorry, disgusting, low-level prosecutors, a local prosecutor can just randomly wake up and be like, you know what, we're going after this person. We don't like the fact that they made this comment or they disagreed with this or whatever. So we're just going to target this person. And a lot of folks is not cool with that. And I'm talking folks with big money, deep pockets. So a lot of folks are starting to abandon Joe Biden because they're thinking the system right about now is more dangerous than Trump.
Every single person has a distrust of the government. I mean, that's really part of our DNA as Americans. It's one of the things that upon which this country was founded. A distrust of the government. And we also, because of a lot of evidence of the past several decades, have a genuine and well-founded distrust of a lot of these bureaucratic agencies.
True.
And as of such, every single person has a grievance. The worst thing that Democrats can do is distill this down so that people can see themselves in the person that's fighting against the system.
Yep. There it is. That's what they've done. See, when I saw Trump get convicted, I felt like I got convicted. When you are sitting there looking at this and saying, man, they ginned this thing up. They hacked this thing, so badly. I mean, they just pieces and Frankenstein did all together. And I said, man, they did this dude so dirty that I felt like they did that to me. Because really, we're part of this as well. We've invested our time, our energy, our support, in President Trump. This is a candidate that his supporters actually care about him. Folks love Trump. So when they do something like that to him, indirectly, it feels like they're doing it to us because they know how we feel about Trump. They know how much we support Trump. And they know we're watching all of this stuff take place, and it just seems like they don't care. It seems like they're saying, we'll do it to him, and if you guys don't like it, we'll do it to you too. But y'all want some of this? Y'all want a piece of this too? Yeah, I thought so. Let's continue.
Because then they look at it not so much as the candidate versus the system, they're as they versus the system.
Bingo.
And that makes it a lot easier for independents to go out and start casting their vote for Trump over Biden. And a case in point about independents aren't independents because they're moderate Democrats or they're moderate Republicans. They usually hate both sides.
Yeah.
But they hate the government more.
Bingo. There you go. You want to unite everybody? Mess around and overstep your power when it comes down to these positions that we trust these people with. Do you understand the type of power Queen Latifah has? That type of power falls into the hands of big ankles, and you see what happens. Alvin Bragg, you put him on the playground, and he's getting bullied. He's getting capped on. But you put him in that position, now he can be like, I'm sending you to prison. Yeah, you strip him of that title, of that position, I'm taking his lunch money. That's what I'm doing. I'm like, hey, yo, fat boy, come on over here. You know what time it is. Now give me that lunch. You better give me that lunch money. Don't be looking that way. I want that Snickers bar too. Is that a Milky Way? You better don't look that way. Yeah. Now all of a sudden he gets in that position and he's out there on TV trying to take down a former president and a leading candidate. That's too much power for an evil person to wield. Too much power. When you see stuff like that, these are people that shouldn't even have that type of power because these are local prosecutors. All over the place. And yet they're going after our election process. And if you rip that apart and make people think that this right here, or should I say reveal to people that this is all a big fat illusion. This whole republic that we have so much faith in, this whole justice system that they brag about, that, Lady Justice is blind. If you rip that apart, everybody is going, I can never unsee that. Every time I look at that lady with the blindfold on it, I see the Democrats ripping it off. I see the Democrats peeping out from under. Every time I go in to vote, I'm going, this really don't count. There was a time where we believed kind of like, man, you know what? It don't matter anyway. Our votes don't count. They're going to put whoever they want in there anyway. But now we know it. Now the covers have been pulled off. It ain't one of those we got to guess, speculate. Now, this is one of those situations where we're going in saying, man, if Trump, they get rid of him, everybody else after him. We're just going through the motions. So she's dead on right here. I like her take. I like her revelation.
So keep that in mind when you're looking at a lot of these surveys and when you're looking about how to reach these voters. There's a reason why they're independent. They're not moderates. In fact, it's anything but. But they did the worst thing that they could do to reframe this. Like I said, regardless where you stand, this verdict is ridiculous because the case is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Again, you're taking an
And they wonder why we don't take it seriously. See, now they're all on TV talking about, I can't believe these Republicans are still supporting Donald Trump and this and this and that. The whole case was ridiculous. See, therefore, we're not taking the verdict seriously. How can I? You know, I'm looking at this and I'm going, I've seen this from start to finish, man. I've seen this movie before. Y'all been going after this dude forever. And yet I've been watching these people get on TV day after day and pretend that these are legitimate charges, that Trump is legitimately a criminal and is justified, you know, this is justified and all that stuff. And they act like they're seriously looking at, on one end, the president could be in trouble. And then on the other end, if you look at, and I'm going, why are y'all pretending that this is real? Y'all are playing dress up. You're playing make believe. You know, how about we cut through the chase? This is a farce. How about we cut through the chase and say, we all know what this is about. So regardless of how it turns out, we're not going to trust it because we know it was bogus from the start. And yet y'all are scratching your thumbs wondering why we're still supporting them. Because you showed us your hand. That's why.
Misdemeanor, and you're trying to tie it to a mystery felony that you don't actually substantiate. No. And then you tell the jury to disregard the felony and only look at the expired misdemeanor.
Yeah.
This is completely new, untested theory.
Yeah.
Completely new. Everyone's asking what's next. So
oh, here we go. Suggestion. What is next? What should we do, y'all? As we see the Democrats and their minions just make stuff up. Just make stuff up. They're like, all right, listen up. You're being charged with stuff. What? Yeah, you did something. Well, what did I do? Oh, you don't want to know. Trust me, you don't want to know what you did. Anyway, so jury, as you go ahead and deliberate, remember, there's a lot of stuff he could have done. A lot of stuff he could have done. So I want you to close your eyes and imagine something evil. Whatever pops up in your head, whatever grievance you have. If you were abused as a child, underappreciated, or bullied, I want you to take that all out on Trump. There you go. If you ran into Kevin from Kevin's Corner on the playground as a little teeny fat Albert and he took your lunch money, you know what you need to do. You need to go ahead and convict Donald Trump for that. Yeah, pretty much anything. They're in there like, you know what, I remember my dog had died when I was 7. I ain't got over it yet. I'm convicting Trump for killing my dog. Because you can apply whatever grievance you have to this conviction. So, excuse me, Your Honor, is there a rubric or anything, some guidelines or something? What are we supposed to... Let's not major in those details. Let's not major in those details. Well, what is the crime we're looking at? There you go, asking questions again. Now, you want to get out of here, right? I mean, you've been here for like 3 or 4 weeks now. You want to get out of here? Stop asking questions. Think about something, sad, and then go ahead and make your choice. See, so that's pretty much what they did. And we're all watching this going, and yet you look at the fake news and they're still pretending this is legit and getting mad when folks say it ain't. That's the nerve of them. They're out there like, I can't believe this is dangerous. Mad Max last night on my show. You know what? We have to, I'm going to be meeting with the Justice Department to find out what Trump is up to and the dangerous rhetoric that he's using and all of his domestic terrorists and what they're planning. They might be planning a civil war. All of that. Because we are questioning the obvious corrupt decision that was made.
This brings me to where I was torn yesterday, but I'm not now. I want to see every single Republican attorney general across the country drag, and I mean drag, every Democrat official into such lawfare. They have to mortgage their homes, their bodies, their birth certificates.
Woo, girl, now you talking. Oh, you hear that? Ooh, girl, you know you did something to me. Girl, I know this might seem strange, but let me know if I'm out of order for stepping to you this way. You talking like that? Man, you hear that? She said, you know what I want to see? I want to see every single... Say it again. Say it again, girl. I love when you talk like that.
So this brings me to where I was torn yesterday, but I'm not now. Yes. I want to see every single Republican attorney general across the country drag, and I mean drag. And
I want them drugging and screaming. I want them screaming and kicking. I don't care if they're like, you killing me, you killing me. I'm talking drag their butt in by their big toes. Every single one of them. This is the response that conservatives have to have. And I'm talking about the people who got the power to fight back against corrupt power. You got to use good power to fight evil power. That's what you got to do, man. I mean, right now we got evil running rampant. Just running rampant. It's unabated. No resistance whatsoever. We got superheroes over here. They got power to match it, but they're like, nah, we better not. Don't worry. Eventually, the Bane will just relent. He'll just be like, yes, it's time for me to stop now and let Batman. No, these folks are evil. And you got to fight fire with fire. So what else about this you say?
Democrat official in lawfare that they have to mortgage their homes, their bodies, their birth certificates.
Yep. You know why? Because they're willing to do that to Trump. Do you understand the level of evil you have to be to go after people who you know are innocent? They tried to ruin Carter Page, George Papadopoulos, Michael Flynn. They went after people who they knew did nothing. And they're so evil, they're like, we will run over every single human to stay in power. You think we care about your life savings? You think we care about your service to your country, Michael Flynn? All of your years of sacrifice. You think we care about that mess? It means nothing to us. Yeah. You think we care about your patriotism? None of that matters. These folks would destroy humans' lives. They've tried to take all of Trump's money with a bogus, ridiculous charge. What did Big Ankles ask for? Like $500 million? You see the level of evil? I mean, they were going to take this man's property, everything, and will throw him in prison and won't even blink. They won't even think twice. You think they'll be sitting back like, you know what, maybe they have no consciences whatsoever. So maybe their consciences need to be awakened. See, you know what wakes up that conscience? A punch in the eye. Metaphorically. See, that's what needs to happen. When you are running rampant, filled and infested with evil, and you're off the chain, you're like a kid that they never got spanked. That's what they're like. Democrats right now are like kids who never got spanked. You shut up, mom. Talking to their parent like that. You've all seen them. Burns me up. I sit back, I'm in the store or something, and the mom is like, now, come on now, let's put that away. And then, you shut up. And I'm going, you gonna let the kid just... Do I need to open up my whoop that butt business? Call 1-800-WHOOP-THAT-BUTT. If you're having problems with your children out in public and you don't know what to do, call 1-800-WHOOP-THAT-BUTT. And I got to come in and go to work? Somebody need to wake that kid up real quick and let them know that the world doesn't revolve around them and they can't just run around doing whatever they want. Consequences, man. So drag them in by their big toes.
Just to finance the defense. That's what I want to see.
And, I was watching MSNBC and their coverage today, and they were talking about how they've never seen someone behave like this toward a judge and his gag order earlier in the case.
Oh, yeah. See, they out there now talking about how Trump be attacking all the judges and stuff, y'all. That we never seen this. That Trump should just lay over and take his beating. He shouldn't be saying anything about this corrupt system that's coming down on him. He should obviously show some humility and act as if he's guilty of something, and that he should show respect to the judge. Why? This judge doesn't respect him. He doesn't respect the rule of law. He doesn't respect us. This whole thing is a sham. You don't respect or give any validity to this of garbage. That's why I refuse to get up there and entertain when they talk about this whole case as if it's serious. I mean, let them bring me on one of these shows. I'll be like, look, man, I'm not here to approach this from, a legal viewpoint. Well, now let's look at the legal side of this. No, let's look at the corrupt side of this. This is a big fat scam. It's an attempt to alter and mess up the whole election. So why should I take this seriously? Why should I take the judge seriously? See, so they want Trump to approach this judge as if he's guilty. Where you show that type of respect and humility is when you're going, man, deep down inside, I know that I need some mercy from this judge because I did it. I ain't in here for no reason. But Trump is in there for absolutely 100% no reason. Evil folks have drug him into that, and he comes out and he addresses them and talks about them just based on the way that they are. You talk about you don't talk nice about the devil. Well, I mean, Satan he ain't all the way bad. And come on, Satan, man, stop. You know what? Satan sure is on my back. Get thee behind me, Lucifer, old slewfoot snaggertooth. You don't be up there like, well, that. Come on, Satan, you play too much, man. Be cool now. Be cool. Nah, you don't give him no respect. So, but that's what they want Trump to do. And he ain't doing it. He's coming out like, man, this is a corrupt system. This is garbage.
Unless that person's mentally unbalanced, it would have to be somebody from an institution. And I thought the reason all these unprecedented things are happening in this trial is because the trial itself is so unprecedented.
Bam! That's why. See, we have things happening that never happened before. That lets you know it's being put together by evil folks. They're like, man, we don't care if there's no precedent for this. We don't care if we're setting a horrible precedent for this. We don't care if we burn everything down. We don't care if we look evil. Yeah. And then we want the public to pretend that this is legit. We want Trump to come out and pretend that this is legit. Yeah, that I respect the gag order. We all know what the gag order is for. It's so Trump can't talk about how evil these folks are. And yet they're out here trying to say Trump's disrespecting the system. No, the system has disrespected him.
That Trump has to speak out about it because he's running for president.
Thank you.
And you've used the legal system to try to stop him from winning. So he must fight this legal battle on legal grounds, while at the same time speaking about it to the public so that they understand how to categorize what's happening to him, how to think about what's happening to him. That's why things feel so extraordinary. But he's not the one who started the extraordinariness.
Ooh, Megan. So wait, you telling me they drew first blood? They drew first blood. That's what you're saying, Megan? They drew first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th blood. These folks start poking day one. Day one. The first couple times Trump let it go. Hillary comes in with the fake dossier. Yeah, she drew first blood. And I could go ahead and go straight Rambo on her. But hey, I'm trying to keep civility. I'm trying to go ahead and honor some of our, norms and stuff like that. But now, all bets are off. Now we got to go straight Rambo. Now we got to come in with the machine gun in the arm, the M60, with all the ammo wrapped around the chest. That's what I want to see Trump do. I want to see him come in like, ah! That's what I want. I want him popping up out of the water with the headband on. With his bow and arrow and disappear. I want to see him blending in with the leaves and stuff as Creepy Sleepy's walking by and he grabs him and pulls him down like this and we don't see whatever happens to Creepy. That's what I want to see. I want to see him sliding down out of trees going to work on folks. Buck wow. That's what I want to see because that's what these people deserve. Every bit of it.
You guys are. You're the ones who shoved the Obamacare down our throats. You're the ones who crossed the legal Rubicon before anything happened with Trump. You guys are the ones who have changed the way we're doing business. You're the ones who changed the filibuster. You got rid of it for lower federal judges. And then the Republicans got control and got rid of it for the Supreme Court judges. Every once in a while, the other party will regain power and you'll be made to suffer. And that's the only solution here. The Democrats must be made to suffer in the same way.
Girl, I'm loving her too. I'm loving her too. They must suffer in the same way. Pain. Kev, what is your predictions if Trump wins? Predictions? Pain. They need some Clubber Lang pain. That's what they need. That's what they straight up need. Because see, pain will wake you up. Yeah, real quick. Yeah. See, kids, when they're little, they don't understand respect. See, they don't understand that. They can't relate sometimes to it. It's just a concept. When the parent says things like this, hey son, if the ball rolls out in the street, don't run out there after that, because you could get ran over by a car. You think a 3-year-old understands the concept of getting ran over by a car? They're sitting back, all right, now I'm doing some calculations. The car weighs probably about 2.5 tons. It's moving at the rate of 50 miles per hour, striking my body that weighs 45 pounds. At that speed, I could suffer a contusion. You think they're processing it like that? Nope. They're going, I see my ball, and that's what I'm focused on. So when that parent sees that ball roll out there, and that kid goes to dart, yeah, talking to the kid is one thing. The kid may get it or may not, but just in case, the one thing they will get is this. I said don't run out in the street, didn't I? See, so the next time the ball goes rolling out in that street, they will go, I'm not stopping because I'm processing the danger and all of that stuff and what could happen to. I'm stopping because I remember the last time I went to go darting out there, I felt. That's what the Democrats need to feel. So the next time they start talking about, let's put together a Frankenstein case, you know what? Whoa, wait a minute. I remember this. That's what I remember. Maybe we should hold off. Maybe we should try to win elections fairly. Maybe we should try to convince folks to vote for us instead of using lawfare. Maybe we should do that. Start beating them for all of their money, bankrupting them, making them mortgage their houses, ruining their reputations and careers. Yeah, maybe we should start doing that to them and see what happens.
We need to start indicting them.
As everyone expected, a liberal jury, at the encouragement of a liberal judge in liberal Manhattan, has convicted President Trump on 34 counts. The first time in American history that a former president or a major party nominee, in this case Trump is both, has been prosecuted and now convicted of a crime.
Wow.
For 234 years, Americans have refrained from prosecuting presidents for all sorts of reasons. Democrats just blew that up.
Blew it up. 234 years. And these folks just said, blow it up. Took all types of dynamite to it and said, blow it up. Yeah, you think they're worried about the fallout, the pieces and stuff like that? Huh? The shrapnel? You think they're worried about that? The casualties? Nope. These folks, they act and worry about it later. All right, I hope people aren't in the way, or else they're just going to get blown up. Because right now we're trying to save our own lives. So now, Michael, what should we do about this?
And we can never undo the damage that they have caused to our political system.
Ever.
We will get into the details and what it all means moving forward. But first, a little personal anecdote. When President Trump first debuted that Make America Great Again hat during the 2016 campaign, I bought one immediately. The red hat eventually became the favorite, but initially, Trump's MAGA hat of choice was white. And I bought one, an OG MAGA hat, probably from the very first run on his campaign website. I bought it not because I was totally 100% sold on Trump as a primary candidate.
No.
It's just because I liked the sentiment, and I liked a lot about his campaign. And
and I remember that. I remember when he came off of that plane with that Make America Great Again hat, that big red hat. I said, that's pretty clever. That's catchy. That's catchy. Make America Great Again, MAGA. That's pretty nice. I had no idea what that hat would come to represent. Do you understand? To some, that hat is a representation of the great comeback. It represents patriotism, love for country, and others. It represents pain. They're going, that hat right there is dangerous. You know what? That's violence towards me. And you know what? That hat right there has divided the whole country because Democrats hate Trump so much that they've convinced folks that making America great again is a bad thing. I mean, it causes anxiety when people see it. Is that a MAGA hat? You might run into some danger if you get caught rocking the MAGA hat, unless you look like me, okay? Yeah, I walk around with mine proudly, looking at folks like, what, you want some of this? Yeah, I got the hat on. Now, you don't like it? Say something. Yeah, I thought so. Keep walking and stare at them until they look away. Anyway, now get back to what I was saying. So, yeah, But you go into the wrong area, you go into Fascistville, you go into Liberalville, somewhere like that, and you ain't a big buff black dude, they'd be like, look at this racist white nationalist xenophobe. Let's take their hat. Let's take their hat, throw it on the ground, and stomp on it. Yeah. Boy, I tell you, sometimes I'll be watching those clips where folks got the nerve, like that guy we saw in the beginning of my video, got the nerve to think that I got the right to run into somebody's yard and rip their sign out because it says MAGA, it says Trump. I got the right to snatch that hat off somebody. Do you know how quick I would break all 5 fingers on their hand if they went to reach for my hat? I can't believe you got that. Give me this. Okay. Quickly. So they know who they could get away with. But yet at the same time, if they can't do that, what they do is they get all busted up on the inside. They get busted up on the inside. It triggers them.
And the hat, like the campaign, was refreshing and weird and fun. Today, however, the Trump campaign is much more than that.
It is?
Donald Trump is no longer the entertaining tabloid fixture running for president on a lark.
What is he, Michael?
Circumstances have developed such that Donald Trump is fending off the full force of the corrupt liberal establishment of the hegemonic global power that is willing to burn our political order to the ground in order to govern the ruins.
Wow. Now that took a turn that we did not expect. Did anybody ever expect the weight of the future of America would fall on Donald Trump's shoulders? Now, we all know ultimately it's in the hands of God. But I believe God has picked a person who can bear the weight of this burden right here. And boy, have he been bearing it. They have been they're leaning all of their weight on him. You know, I saw a dance, y'all know that. Sometimes I get out there with somebody who don't know what they're doing and will be leaning. I mean, pretty much I'm dragging them across the dang on floor. I'm sitting there like, okay, could you help me out? Could you help me? You know you have to stand up. Yeah, I know I'm leading the dance, but you can't be out there like a rag doll. I'm carrying the whole weight of you. Man, I can't dance. Feel like I'm about to throw you over the shoulder and rescue you. Something like that. So help me out a bit. So I know what dead weight feels like. They are dropping all of this weight on Trump, and he's still trying to carry America back to greatness. Had no idea that this would evolve into this. We had no idea that he would divide the country and expose how evil our country is and how greedy these folks are in their diabolical schemes and plans that they have for America. He had no idea what he was getting into. I often say that Trump still to this day probably don't understand how much God is using him. Now, granted, he talks about God, and I'm glad he does. He supports Christians. He supports freedom of religion across the board. But really understanding that God used him as a big cork to stop what was coming. Stuck him right in the middle of the flood. I mean, just put him in. Boop. The Democrats was like, oh man, we about to tear this sucker out. We about to turn this mother. Wait a minute, Trump won? Okay, so wait, all of this, we've been doing all of this stuff and it was almost complete, but Trump blocked it all. And since then, they've been trying to destroy this man. So now, he's become an icon. This man right here, we're looking, wow. This dude right now is a symbol of our republic remaining. And they see it. They're going, man, this dude right here is the guy standing between globalism and our sovereignty.
If he was not already, Trump is now a world historic figure. I don't think that's what he was signing up for when he came down that golden escalator in 2015. I don't think it's what most people expected his campaign to lead to.
Nope. I know I didn't. That is why I retired from doing videos right after he won. I thought it was over, guys. I thought normally after a campaign is done and a presidential election takes place, everybody goes, oh crap, well, our guy lost, we'll see him next 4 years. Yeah, that's what I thought. I had no idea what this would lead to. I didn't know this was going to become a career. I'm sitting there going, well, guys, we won. It was nice doing business, which I enjoyed making a couple videos and stuff like that. But we did it, guys. And the next day, things got worse. Turn on the TV, folks screaming, folks rioting, tearing up stuff. And I'm saying, these folks, they ain't quitting. This right here seems like this is going to continue. And now it's evolved into something bigger than Trump, way bigger than Trump. And it burns the left up because the movement now is in the bone when it comes down to conservatives. We now have seen the light when it comes down to our politics, and we can't unsee it. We're not going back into darkness. We're not going back into blindly trusting that the system is working. We're not going back into saying, well, I guess they're going to war for something, and I'm pretty sure it's to spread democracy. All right, go get them, guys. We're not going back to that. So it's burning them up right now. So let's continue, Michael, because I feel you.
But sometimes history calls people to prominence.
Yeah.
I voted for Trump in 2016.
Yeah, me too.
Then I voted for him with even greater enthusiasm in 2020.
Yeah, me too.
Now, I will crawl over broken glass to vote for the man in 2024.
Woo, Michael! That's good talk. That goes to show how serious this is. Same thing. Man, if they was like, Kev, it's not looking good for you. Right about now, the life support system, beep, beep, beep. I'm like, no, must make it to vote. There it is. Lord, just don't take me until I vote. You know you're in trouble when you're using the minimum amount of words. Must go vote. Man, Kev, you've been in a serious car accident. Both legs are broken. Both arms are broken. I would roll all the way. They'd be like, we're here on 5th Street. There's a man rolling down the street with cast on both legs and arms. What should we do? What is he up to? He has a Make America Great Again hat on, so I'm assuming he's going to vote. That's what I would do. I would do the kick worm. I would do whatever I got to do to get there. They ain't going it. So Michael is straight up like, man, I would do whatever I got to do to vote. That's how serious this is. Because I know the results if we don't. We've got a dose. See, we all predicted the downfall of our country after they stole the first one. I'm sitting there like, man, this is going to be hell for the next 4 years. And it's just begun. If these folks win again, it is over. So you're right about that, Michael. I don't care if the man truck breaks down, I will get on the hop. You would see Kev running down there to vote, spending a night outside the voter booth if I have to.
And I suspect there are many people over the past 24 hours who feel precisely the same way. But imagine, you are in this historic position.
Yeah.
The entire weight of the liberal global establishment is coming down on you. They're trying to make...
Dory said, my ghost will vote Trump 2024. Yeah, why not? The Democrats do it too. Shoot. I'll be up and I'm like, woo, where's my ballot? Woo, make America great again. Woo. Yeah. And then I would haunt all the rest of the Democrats in the middle of the night. So now, you hear what Michael's saying?
Make you die in prison. They're trying to not only steal an election from you by locking you up when you should be campaigning, they're trying to make you die in an orange jumpsuit.
Right.
And you have to come out and give a response. Nothing like this has ever been seen in the history of the United States.
Ever. Now understand, we are living through history. It is being made right now. Things that have never taken place in our country has taken place all because of evil folks. These people are real life Roman or Greek politicians. You know, you look at that stuff, how the Romans and stuff, I mean, they're always playing Game of Thrones type stuff. Yeah, we're living in it. Yeah, we're looking at these folks, man, and we're saying, these are diabolical folks. Rome would be looking at us going, man, these folks is pretty vicious. All of those guys in the robes and the little leaves and stuff on their hair that sits around plotting and scheming. They ain't got nothing on our modern day Democrat Party right about now. So imagine all of this taking place, and then Trump has to come out and address these shenanigans. Let's see how Trump does it.
Greatest, most powerful nation in the history of the world. And when you add all of that, the fact that this man kept a stiff upper lip and just looked his enemies right in the eye and just told him exactly what he thinks is even more impressive than many people appreciate.
Let's see it. Let's see it, Michael. Because what you're telling me that after all of this stuff, Trump gets back up, dusts himself off, walks right out to the camera, and do you think he comes out with his head down? You think he comes out trying to get mercy from these evil folks? You don't ask the devil for mercy. Yeah, you don't do that. You think he's going to come out and say, I just hope they don't send me to prison. I'm asking the judge for leniency. And yeah, you only do that when you know that, yeah, I should probably be going to jail. So I need a little mercy right now. But we're dealing with an enemy. We're dealing with folks who are trying to destroy not only him, but us and the whole darn country. And let's see how this man comes out and looks the enemy in the eye after taking their best shot.
Here's what he said.
This was a disgrace. This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt. It's a rigged trial, a disgrace. They wouldn't give us a venue change. We were at 5% or 6% in this district, in this area.
Yeah.
This was a rigged, disgraceful trial. The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people. And they know what happened here, and everybody knows what happened here. You have a Soros-backed DA, and the whole thing. We didn't do a thing wrong. I'm a very innocent man, and it's okay. I'm fighting for our country. I'm fighting for our Constitution. Our whole country is being rigged right now. This was done by the Biden administration in order to wound or hurt an opponent, a political opponent. And I think it's just a disgrace. And we'll keep fighting. We'll fight till the end and we'll win. Because our country's gone to hell. We don't have the same country anymore. We have a divided mess. We're a nation in decline, serious decline. Millions and millions of people pouring into our country right now. From prisons and from mental institutions, terrorists. And they're taking over our country. We have a country that's in big trouble. But this was a rigged decision right from day one. With a conflicted judge who should have never been allowed to try this case. Never.
Do you understand how defiant this man is in the face of this evil? Do you understand how furious that judge and the rest of the Democrats got to be? They're probably going, what does it take to make this man stay down? Every time we give him a punch, he takes a quick knee and gets right back up and looks in the face like, that's all you got? That is why these folks, like most of all of us, will follow him into battle. That's why he earned my respect. See, when you're out there on the battlefield and your leader takes a shot, it can demoralize everybody else. Yeah, you're sitting there like, man, we just saw the captain get shot and go down. And all of a sudden, the captain gets back up, dusts himself off, and says, let's go. That's all they got. Let's keep moving forward. You like, oh, shoot. Let's get it, baby. This is inspiring because Trump would not sit back and make these people think that what they're doing is legit. He won't give them the respect that they want. See, he's not going to justify all of this corruptness that's going on. He's getting straight up and calling it for what it is. He's not mincing words. He's not sitting back softening the terms. He's not legitimizing it. He's straight up using the most graphic words that he can use. It's a disgrace. It's corrupt. It's evil. He ain't getting up there. Well, I mean, it is the system that we're dealing with, and we want to recognize our process. No, you only use that type of verbiage when it's legit. It's no longer legit, man. At this point, we don't need to be up there talking about, well, we're going through the process. We're going to let the Constitution work things out. Yeah, if we could ever get back to what the Constitution represents and is, right now, how do you even undo this? It's almost like you got to reset everything. after you break these Democrats and these evil folks. Like you got to rewrite a clause, like, all right, to restore faith in the system, first you got to do is recognize the evilness that took place to destroy the system. Now we got to build in something to protect the system from ever repeating that. Because right now, if that's not addressed, I'm sitting there like, hey, you know, they can get up there and boast about that, you know what, our democracy and, you know what, our republic and this and that. I'm going, at any given second, they can violate it. They can run right over it. These folks done work straight around the Constitution, all of his rights, his civil liberties, everything. Worked all around it. They jerry-rigged that mess and said, you know what? We will bunny hop over it. We're not held accountable. There's nobody above us. And that's what burns me up. I'm sitting there like, so wait a minute. We all watch these people do this, and there's nobody that could stop them. Nobody. Republicans sitting back watching it from afar. Oh, this is a mess. I can't believe they're doing this. It's obvious that this is war and lawfare, and that, but yet let it happen. So here's Trump looking him in the eye like, come on, is that all you got?
And we will fight for our Constitution. This is long from over. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Trump.
Lots of courage. She's totally right. Put that aside for a second.
Okay.
This is really, really sharp political rhetoric.
Yeah.
He can speak in a more elevated way. There are plenty of old interviews of Trump where he's speaking in a more elevated way.
Yeah, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to talk to the devil nice. Yeah, you all right, Satan? I was thinking maybe sometime we can have a truce. You know what? Can we get together and negotiate? No, he's the devil. He's not there to negotiate. Yeah, you don't have to respect him. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene got out there and said Fauci doesn't deserve to be called a doctor. Kevorkian, maybe. Dr. Evil, perhaps. You know, yeah. I respect folks that didn't force millions of people to get something they didn't want. That guy's no longer a doctor. Somebody texted me and said, hey, Kev, do you condone this? And they showed a little clip of her saying that I don't look at him as a doctor. This guy doesn't deserve to be called a doctor. And they were like, oh, come on. You know, the guy that was conducting the hearing, you know, he had to go through the motions, you know, the decorum. All right, the gentle lady, we are recommending that you call. In his mind, he probably is like, yeah, he's a piece of trash. Yeah, here she is. I don't respect him. Yeah, my friend texted me that, like, do you condone this? I said, absolutely. In fact, she should have called him something else. You know, I can't tell y'all because the internet might get me, but she should have called him something else. You know, that's how you have to deal with these people. You have to go ahead and use the terms that represent the level of corruption and evil that they are. And they do the opposite. They will take something that is evil or corrupt, and they will switch the term to make it seem nice. These aren't illegal immigrants. They're undocumented citizens. There you go. This is not abortion. This right here is women's reproductive health. There it is. And you have to remind them that, no, that's abortion. That's murder. That's illegal immigrants. You have to remind them. And you guys are evil politicians. Let's continue.
When he's on the campaign trail, he speaks in a way that is easily and immediately understood by everybody. And that's what he's doing here. How many times did he say the word rigged? 10 times or something?
Easily.
It's rigged. This was rigged. It's a disgrace. This was disgraceful and rigged.
Absolutely.
As good a response as you could possibly expect from the man under these circumstances. Now,
Yeah. Yep. A brave response. Held his head up, went out there. He didn't make it look like, oh, wow, I'm scared. I'm wondering what they're going to do next to me. I better go ahead and try to humble myself and maybe get some mercy from. You think the Democrats would show mercy? If Trump came out right now and begged them for mercy, they would run right over him. If he was in the middle of the road going, please stop. That's it, guys. I quit. I'm going to go every day. They go, so what? Foo-foo. They're in a double tap. Never let them see you break. So I don't understand RINOs. I understand the soft jelly back Republicans that are always trying to deal with these people from the level of respect and, you know, decorum and, you know what, our norms and all. They don't care about that. They're relying on Republicans approaching them that way. We're still trying to hang on to law and order and the Constitution and all of that stuff, which we should. But at this point, it's all at risk. If we let them get away with this mess, it's all gone. Anyway, so let's see an example of what not to do. Now, you see how Trump approached it. This is how you should approach it if you are a Republican.
In terms of the worst response that I saw to the conviction of Trump, that would come from Larry Hogan, supposedly the governor of Maryland, a Republican governor of Maryland. He's kind of a squish. He is effectively kind of a Democrat governor of Maryland.
Oh, one of those. Yeah, might as well not even be a Republican. So let's hear how he responds. Hey, Michael. Michael, could you do an appropriate voice for this guy since we're not able to actually see or hear him? Read what he said and do an appropriate voice, please.
These never Trumper guys. And here's what he tweets out.
Regardless of the result, I urge all Americans to respect the verdict and the legal process. At this dangerously divided moment in our history, all leaders, regardless of party, must not pour fuel on the fire with more toxic partisanship.
I love it. Yeah, regardless of regards to this, yeah, that's an appropriate voice. That makes him sound like a dumb, soft-core, jelly-back, spineless Republican with his tail between his legs and is trying to keep us in the cage right about now. Trying to make us go ahead and say, well, guys, we just have to accept what just happened. How much more do we just sit back and let them do that? And our response is because, you know what? We're trying to go ahead and not stoop to their level. We don't want to fight fire with fire. Hopefully, if we show them how nice we are and how respectful we are and how much, maybe they'll stop. Maybe they'll change. Or maybe they will run right over us like they've been doing. So let's finish hearing what he had to say to try to keep us in check, y'all, to calm us down. Because he know the folks are looking at this and going, this is bull crap. What are we going to do about this? Well, guys like this is what he suggests.
We must reaffirm what has made this nation great, completely surrendering like a bunch of cuckolds.
Oh, sorry, no, that's not what he said.
What has made this nation great? The rule of law.
The rule of law? The rule of law? They're going to prosecute Donald Trump in New York for a misdemeanor, the statute of limitations for which has already run out in 2019. They're going to prosecute him for a federal crime in the state of New York for some reason. They're going to upend 234 years of our legal tradition to prosecute a former president and a current leader of the opposition.
And this guy's talking about the rule of law. Yep, it just went out the window. Rule of law's gone. You think the Democrats, the rule of law is for us. See, not the Democrats. Yeah, they make up the rules as they go. And they rely on us sticking to the rule of law. They're like, yeah, you do that. Yeah. So when we run all over it, when we destroy all of the norms, violate all of your civil liberties, when we get done spying on citizens, turning the government on citizens, weaponizing the DOJ on citizens and the leading candidate, when we get done gelling all of your voters as this guy is over the rule of law, I want to encourage everybody to, after we get done locking up patriots that just simply went up there and walked around the Capitol looking around shocked that they were in there. Yeah, when we get done doing all of that, we're relying on jellybacks like that guy. That's what we're relying on. Yeah, to tell us, sorry, settle down, everyone. I mean, I know that they're running all over us and they're doing whatever they want to us and violating all of our liberties, but trust me, they're gonna get better. They're gonna do the right thing at some point. No, they won't. It's not in their nature. The Democrat Party is evil through and through.
Then the judge is going to tell the jury, you don't even need to agree on what crime he committed. Yeah. If you think he did anything wrong ever, you can pretty much send him into an orange jumpsuit. Yeah. Now we got to protect the rule of law. Where were you 2 months ago? Yeah. Where were you 6 months ago? Where were you where were you 8 years ago when the federal government wielded the Department of Justice, when Barack Obama and the Democrats wielded the Department of Justice to illegally spy on Trump's campaign and to cook up a bunch of evidence with the Democrats and Russians, ironically enough, to undermine Trump's campaign? Where were you, Larry Hogan? Oh, you were campaigning with a bunch of other never Trump jokers. This is the line from Larry Hogan and all the other squishes and cowards.
And this is what we don't need in our party. See, this is what I'm sick of right there, what he's talking about. I'm sick of these folks wobbling out to the mic, talking about this right here is a travesty. This is horrible what they did. The Democrats are going, so what? Your words mean nothing to us. You know what? Going to go ahead and speak loud to us? A black eye. There you go. That right there will speak way louder. And I'm talking metaphorically. But that will speak way louder than them coming out to the mic and grandstanding. Yeah, it will speak way louder than them just simply writing letters talking about, we want you to come up to Congress. How about you drop a couple subpoenas? How about you have a couple of our district attorneys just go ahead and start going through a Rolodex and say, all right, who else can we just indict? What about this guy? Who is he? I'm sure we can find something on him. Everybody got a tick on him somewhere. And let's go ahead and look into his stuff. What, he owns property? He probably undervalued it. For no reason. Nobody came to me. Nobody complained. Yeah, none of that stuff. Somebody said he was, wobbling out to the mic. Thank you. I'm reading y'all comments at the same time. Yeah, so I'm sick of Republicans coming out there and giving platitudes, trying to make us go, yeah, Republicans get it. No, we'll know that they get it when they give it to the Democrats. That's when I'll know they get it. Because all of this junk is just nothing but lip service. This is a travesty. It's a shame. Donald Trump is being railroaded. And you guys sit back and watch it happen. Matt Gaetz gave us the formula to stop this mess about 2 years ago. He was like, there's a way to do it. Oh, no, we don't want to go that far. You know what? Because half of them want to see Trump fail anyway. So we got to rid ourselves of people like that guy talking about the rule of law.
The line is that it is very, very important for Republicans at this moment when our opponents are attacking us and threatening the country. It's most important now that we surrender. Absolutely pathetic.
Because that's exactly what the Republicans, some of them, will have us do. I need me a whole bunch of Marjorie Taylor Greens. Give me those greens, man. Give me those Greens and those Gates. Give me some of those folks who say, man, I don't care about decorum. I don't care about using all of this political correctness and trying to be like, let me go ahead and respect. These folks don't respect nothing except for pain. There it is. That's what they will respect. Pain.
It's amazing. These two responses, the one from Trump, the one from Larry Hogan. Trump, this is a disgrace. It's rigged. It's a disgrace. We're going to fight. This isn't over. And then you get this quisling Larry Hogan. Actually, guys, I know they're about to haul us all off to the gulag, but let's kind of be nice to them and maybe they'll give us an extra lollipop when we get to the camp. Yeah. Give me a break. What a coward.
Thank you, Michael. What a coward. We got to address these folks like our life depends on it. Because if you don't think the gulags is, a possibility, all you got to do is just look at that dry run that they had when they try to force that you-know-what into us. They was out there talking reckless. These people don't deserve to be walking amongst us. They're putting us all in danger. You know what? It's time to take the kids' gloves off with these people. We've tolerated them long enough. Yeah, if you don't think that's something that they would do, you're naive. As they talk about getting their hands on our guns, talk about dis and misinformation, we got to police what these folks are saying, putting together IRS agents, weaponizing them, putting guns on them too. If you don't think these people are willing to go to that extreme, you are foolish. Foolish. So it's either now or never. And we need to figure out a way to go ahead and show them that we're not gonna take it. And Matt right here might just have the solution.
There are not enough words in the English language to describe what a travesty of justice this case was. Trials like this are what define the third world. Show me the man and I'll show you the crime, as the saying goes.
He could do home arrest. Every option is on the table with a Class E felony like this. But I wanted to just put a perspective for people of what any other defendant, because I worked in the DA's office for about 30 years. I've seen hundreds.
Yeah, and have you ever seen this lady from CNN? Yeah, I've seen hundreds. Have you ever seen a case like this brought? So you want to talk about the charges, and Trump deserves to go to jail because of all these charges he's been convicted of. But you won't talk about how crazy the case is. Yeah, the fact that no time in our history has this ever been done. But now you want to approach the actual conviction and the sentencing as if it's legit. Now all of a sudden you're like, oh well, you know what? Based on all of these these charges that he was convicted of, this is what should happen to him.
Hundreds of thousands of cases and sentences, and those are the factors that would have gone into that equation. And absolutely, without a doubt, any other defendant who was similarly situated to Donald Trump, who is not going to show remorse, and who I am sure.
See what she said? Not going to show remorse. They want him to bend the knee. Don't do it. That is why I don't even apologize to liberals. I get on here and I joke and I cut. Sometimes I'm dead serious when I say things about them. And yeah, I know at some point, some of these words, they might come back to bite me. Yeah, if I ever get out of this box they got me in on YouTube. But hey, let me get a little too popular. Somebody will grab a mic. You know what? Back in 2016, when you were talking about Nasty Pelosi, you called her a dirtbag, and you said that she was a bag of bones, and you talked about her monkey paw hands and this and that. Do you still feel that you're willing to disavow that type of language? No. She has monkey paw hands and a mushroom mouth, and she's filled and infested with evil. I stand by my words. Anybody else? Any next question? Next question. You never been to knee. We heard you. We heard you talking about kids that simply needs gender affirming care, and don't you think that you're putting their lives into? Nope, trying to save their life. I stand by it. I'm not going to be bullied into going, oh well, you know what? I might have jumped the shark on that. I think my rhetoric was a little too. Nope. I said what I said, and I means what I say. Let's continue, because see, she wants Trump to bend the knee. She wants him to come out and show remorse for nothing.
Sure will push the bounds of the still remaining gag order after this. We'll see what happens, but anyone else in that position would get prison.
No, anyone else would be in that position. Don't you get it, lady? That's the whole point. Yeah, this is specially crafted just for Trump, and we all see it. And here she is trying to legitimize it. Anybody else would have to come out and blah, blah, blah.
Here's what I discovered.
Yes.
That in the most serious FBR cases.
Well, you know what I discovered? You have no bass in your voice. Come on. Oh, no bass in the voice. Come on. Yeah. No bass. No bass in the voice. That dude has no bass. He's baseless. Baseless.
A sentence of imprisonment is routinely imposed. This is the most serious falsifying business records case in the history of the state of New York. I think Alvin Bragg is going to ask for a sentence of incarceration, and I think Judge Merchan will very seriously weigh that. So the special...
And look at him sitting around the round table talking about this as if this is a legitimate sentencing, a legitimate case. Well, that's right. I mean, when you look at the charges, and that's right, and I'm sitting there going... Only people that are watching you paid actors and really trying to learn about this and internalize it. Wow, honey, did you see that? Donald Trump, once again, he's really in trouble this time. The walls are closing in. Finally, they got him because of all of his evilness. Only folks that are completely bubbleheads are watching this and taking these analysts seriously. They're propagandists. Yeah, that's what they are. This guy up here is really talking about the legitimacy of the charges, and you know, Trump should probably go to prison for this. For nothing. For nothing.
Treatment, you're saying, would be if he were not given a prison sentence.
Right. If you believe anything that you just heard there, then you are too stupid. Then you're too stupid. You're too stupid to tie your shoes in the morning, most likely. These panelists want you.
Yeah, there you go. See, once again, we can no longer pacify the stupid. We can't do that. We can't call these folks, you know what, these folks are just missing. You've had 4 years, almost 4 years of Biden. Yeah, there's been, 8 years total have gone by of you should have been learning that the fake news have been deceiving you. It's no longer, you know what, these people are just victims of. No, you're stupid. If you're still out there watching this garbage and you're not able to put together the fact that it's charge after charge, case after case, accusation after accusation, attack after attack, all the negativity coming out of the same networks, the same people. If you're not able to put that together by now, Matt, you accurately said what you said. These folks are stupid. If you watch that and you're going, wow, that's pretty interesting. I wonder what they're going to do. Because on one hand, Trump does, if you're watching that and you have any other view of it versus this is a bunch of garbage. If you're watching it and you're not saying that, you're stupid.
You to believe that Trump is getting special treatment in New York if he doesn't go to prison. Like special treatment as in a positive way.
Yeah.
They're going to do him a favor. This is a city where you don't even go to prison if you pummel old ladies in the street. This is a city that is profoundly reluctant to send anyone to prison for anything. Even and especially for actual violent crimes committed against innocent people. But this business records case is on a whole other level, they say.
See, and that's what makes it funny. When you put it like that, Matt, when you put it like that, so we got folks pushing people into trains, hacking folks up with machetes, stuff like that. Yeah, out there coming out of nowhere. Woo! Now this is a knife. Going to work on people, broad daylight, and Fat Albert's talking about let him go. No, let him go. There you go. We got police officers being shot by illegal immigrants. We got all of that going on. And at the same time, they're going after Trump because of a records keeping case and all of that stuff. And this is the worst one that we have ever seen in New York. And he should go to prison for it.
Most serious business records case in the history of the state. So serious that they can't even tell you what the crime was, even now after he's been convicted of.
That's
the Trump trial, the left has trampled every norm that exists in the criminal justice system.
Yeah, Matt. So what should we do about it? Now, we done heard 3 wonderful assessments of what we should do about it and how we should view this thing. Matt, could you take us home? Could you take us home? Tell us.
They prosecuted the leading presidential candidate in an election year for a 7-year-old fake crime. They assigned a hack judge to the case who essentially guided the jury to a conviction. And they did it all in front of a jury in one of the most partisan places in the country. It was always impossible, quite literally impossible, that Trump would get an impartial jury. Impossible that he could have a fair trial. Impossible. But this illustrates a key difference between the left and the right, which is that in general, the left is committed to winning at all costs. They're happy to seat biased jurors and judges to get what they want. Meanwhile, conservatives are preoccupied with norms that nobody else in the country cares about. Republicans could have arrested and charged Hillary Clinton for any number of crimes at any point in the past decade. But Republicans didn't do any of that on the basis that if they do that, then Democrats might return fire.
Yeah, because see, that only works if there's mutual assured destruction. See, when you sit back and go, wow, we could have stuck it to you, but we don't want to go ahead and flip over that apple cart. We're hoping we can keep some civility amongst us. Yeah, we might disagree on policies and stuff, but we don't want to open up a full-blown war between the parties. Now, do we? Yes, at this point we do. You know why? Because they drew first blood. That's why.
And so Republicans continue to cherish our norms while Democrats blow the norms to smithereens with 1,000 sticks of dynamite. Now, the necessary response is obvious, although it won't be pleasant.
What? I could take it, man. Give it to me. The necessary response. Give it to me, man. Give it to me now. Give it to me now. Give it to me now. Give it to me, Matt. What is the necessary response, man?
Donald Trump should immediately create and publish a list of 10 high-ranking Democrat criminals who he will have arrested when he takes office.
Now you talking. Woo, now that's big words right there. At least 10. Because we probably could stack up about a good 50. That's just getting started. That's to wet the palate. Yeah. I know they would go crazy. Oh, we told you he was going to come in and he was going to weaponize. Nope. Come in and straight implement nothing but justice. Not revenge. Justice. See, Democrats have destroyed the justice system. They've abused it. So now it's time to bring justice to the unjust. So, yes, the fake folks, the evil folks, the corrupt folks, and the dumb folks will look at this as revenge. They will look at this as, you know what, look, I told you he was going to be a dictator. No, we're coming after the folks who are unjust and who are evil. And we don't care if the babies cry all day long. Go get my bullhorn and I will ride around the streets singing, you know what? The baby on that bus goes wow, wow, wow. The liberals are going to cry. The liberals are going to scream and kick. So what? So what? 10 of them, at least.
First on the list should be Joe Biden. Second should be Joe Biden's crackhead son. And in the meantime, Republican AGs all over the country should pursue their own indictments.
All at once. Yeah, they got to grow a pair. All of them should be right now putting together their own list. Okay, so since we going to roll like that, all right, let's see. You know what? I never liked John Kerry. I never liked him. So let me put him on the list. All right, who else we got? Okay. Oh, yeah, Liz Cheney. Well, I know she's claimed she's a Republican, but we throw her in there too. Let's go after her. Oh, Adam Singler. Sure. There we go. Oh, Mad Max. We might want to look into how she made all of this money and paid her daughter like $800,000 for her campaign and stuff. Oh, Nasty Pelosi. You know what? I know I'm not in California. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We better look into her inside trading. And then let me see who else. Bill Clinton and Hillary. Got to get them in there. Got to get them in there. Okay, what else? Let's go after them. Let's start right there. Let's continue.
Border states should charge government officials for deliberately contributing to human trafficking at the southern border. And if Donald Trump's hush money, quote unquote, was illegal because it interfered with an election somehow, then so is importing millions of foreign nationals every year. That's the biggest form of election interference imaginable.
So yeah, you know who needs to get drunk in that bad boy? The mucus. Because we are taking it to the cartel, and the men and women, the brave men, and drag his slow talking butt right into there. Every border state, it should be like 10 to 12 prosecutors. Just like, all right, we're filing charges against mucus, crimes against humanity, crimes against America, crimes against the planet. Just slap whatever charges we want on there. And of course, Mayor Garlick. And all of these raggedy prosecutors that coordinated with the Biden administration. And let's just go ahead and slap whatever charges on them. What else?
Time to impanel a grand jury right away in the reddest city in the reddest state on the map.
That's right. There you go. We're going to bring you in. Our grand jury is down in Alabama, Mississippi. There you go. Yeah. Texas. Yeah, I'm sure you'll get a fair trial. Impartial. I'm sure you'll get that.
They're issue a gag order on Joe Biden, too, for good measure.
Yeah,
take corrupt Democrats, corrupt Democrat criminals, put them on trial in front of juries that already hate them before the trial even begins.
Yeah, put me on a jury. I'm coming in looking like Mr. T immediately. I pity the fool that's in this courtroom. I pity the Democrats. That's why I'm coming in. Yeah, I'm coming in already mad for nothing. I'm coming in that bad boy. Like you know who. I mean. Brutus. Off of Popeye. I mean. You know what I mean. He's me. I say what I mean. Do. I know what I mean. Beep. I'm so dang mean. Coming in like that. Mad. I want my theme music and everything. When I come into the court, door open up. Strutting. They already know I mean business. Whole band behind me. Coming in. Like, all right, we don't need to go through the preliminaries. I already got the verdict in my head. What about the rest of you guys? Everybody on one accord? All right, we don't need no opening statements or closing ones. We're ready to go ahead and render our verdict. That's what it would be. Immediately. Let's continue.
That's what needs to happen. Now, does that mean that we are stooping to their level? No, it means that we must stop pretending that we live in a country that no longer exists.
Beautifully said, man. And until we wake up and realize that. Yeah, I see it. The America that I love, the idea of America is still there. But the actual America that we're living in right now is not. We're already done slipped on the banana peels, man. We're in that banana republic. If this stuff goes unchecked, yeah, we're there. Well, these folks are going, if we can get away with this mess, if we can just get past this, we're good. They know it. They know that if we don't return fire, They're good.
Now, will any of this ever come to pass? We'll see. It's doubtful, but it's the only viable option. Right-wing lawfare is what's necessary to defeat left-wing lawfare. There is no other way about it. The entire legal system depends on a series of unstated principles: that prosecutors won't pursue political cases, that juries will be impartial, that crimes must be clearly defined. And once one side violates all of these principles, then the principles cease to exist.
That's so simple. It only works if everybody agrees to play by the rules. There you go, Matt. And one side has said, rules be damned. That's what they've done. Rules be damned. And then we're going, but the principles, and we got to stand on, and then we want to make sure that we get rid of people like George Santos, because the appearance of and then while they sit back and go, you crazy if we get rid of Milk Dud Head. That dude will vote however we want him to vote. We're looking at every Democrat as a vote. Yeah, it's power. We don't care what they believe in, their morals, their qualifications. We're looking at them as obedience. We would deal with Alexandria Cortez. All of them. We ain't getting rid of none of our folks. That's for you Republicans. Yeah, so you guys could look good and stuff like that, but you think you're getting brownie points? You think you're getting favor? You think we're going to go, wow, we should be more like the Republicans? They're going, because the Republicans are like that, it allows us to be the way we are. And until they turn around and punch us in the face, we're going to keep bullying them and running over them.
For everyone. They're gone. They do not exist anymore. And now it's mutually assured destruction. But that's a deterrent that only works if there's a real possibility that it's actually enforced. And after what just happened in Manhattan, it's well past time to introduce the left to what mutually assured destruction might look like.
Final battle. With you at my side, we will demolish the deep state. We will expel the warmongers from our government. We will drive out the globalists. We will cast out the communists, Marxists, and fascists. We will throw off the sick political class that hates our country. We will rout the fake news media, and we will liberate America from these villains once and for all.
Yeah, man. Woo. Doom, 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 doom. I'm loving it. Thank you, Matt. That's where it's at. That's what these people need, man. That's what we have to do to deter them. They got to look at it, go and say, man, you know what? If I could be drug in the court if we do this. You do realize that, right? I mean, I don't want to have to mortgage my house to pay for bogus legal fees. Yeah, I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to file for bankruptcy because some dang on judge or some district attorney in some other state decided to go ahead and indict me. I don't want to have to do that. Yeah. See, so that's what needs to take place. And until Republicans have that attitude and that approach, we're going to get ran over. And the people have an appetite for it. Conservative voters, the base, has an appetite for this type of lawfare now. It's like, okay, we see what these people are capable of. We see what they're willing to do. Yeah, trust me, we will support y'all if y'all did this. You don't have to worry about us saying, now guys, we're going a little too far. We shouldn't be doing this to these people. Nope, I will be going, do it. Do it. Who else you want to indict? Go after him too. Everybody needs it. Everybody needs the business. Until these people come out like, no mas, no mas. That's what we need. For us to ever have a chance getting back to the way things should be, they have to come out and say, no mas. They got to realize that if I press this button, I'm going to blow myself up too. So thank you, all of those people who had an opinion on what we should do, how we should respond, and the view we should have in regards to this travesty that is taking place in this country. And I'm sick of it. I'm going to be honest with you. We've been seeing this crap now for 8 years, man. 8 years. I mean, I have not seen any. Hillary Clinton's lawyer goes to court up there in New York after all of those shenanigans and paying for this and paying for that and putting together the dossier. And now he's found not guilty, and he comes out talking about the justice system worked out just the way it was supposed to. These are the type of things that I look at and I go, Ain't nothing worse than to see folks like that abusing the power and then at the same time got the power to tell you, I'll lock you up for nothing. I'll make that mess up if I want to. Now you shut your mouth and take it. As we see them openly just violate the law. Openly. It's like what? We're above the law. We make up the rules. And if we can get away with doing that to Trump, who are you? Well, the Republicans got to show them who they are. And I ain't talking about the Republicans up there on Capitol Hill. I'm talking about local folks, just like the Democrats use their local folks for lawfare. They ain't gonna, all of these real prosecutors and conservative states need to open up a whole can of whoop butt like I just did. Now, God bless y'all. God bless America. Thanks for kicking it with me tonight. You know what? I started off not feeling that well, but it kicked in. It kicked in. And I'll deal with the pain later. Yeah, Trump inspired me. If I'm got the sniffles and I'm feeling under the weather, it has nothing compared to what that man had to go through. So I can go up and get up here for about an hour and a half and drop all of this stuff on the Democrats' heads, and I'll be okay. I deal with the rest on the back end. So thanks for kicking it with me tonight. I'm going to go ahead and try to recover, get whatever is going on. Somebody say sub to Kev's other channel. Please do. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the support. Somebody sent me a wonderful little blessing on my, I think it was not my Cash App, but my PayPal. And that helps. I appreciate that. So all that you guys do to help my channel, help support what I do, I appreciate every single thing that you do. I'm a one-man show. And until times get better, that's how it's going to be. Somebody said Jersey. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, look. Jersey is sitting there looking at me through the door. Yeah, she's sitting here like, yeah, what is that man in there talking about? And look who's here. Look who's here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, here comes Jersey. Oh, God. Come here, Jersey. Come here. Come here. Gizmo's like, get her away from me. Come here, Jersey. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, she ran. Jersey's like, I don't know what that is. Gizmo's like, get her away from me. Anyway, thank y'all. Somebody said P.O. Box. You know what? I had one, but I got rid of it. But I tell you what, though, my email is right below this video. So if you want to send me something, email me, and I'll send you the address that you can send off anything that you want. There are a couple people who send me some wonderful things, like some of my props. People send those props to me. So I appreciate that. You're welcome to email me, and I'll respond. Okay, so God bless y'all. God bless America. Let's get out of here. Don't forget to hit that like button on the way out, and we will see y'all tomorrow. Same time, same place. Thanks, Don. Appreciate it. Text MAGA to that number, too. And let's bounce. I need some nourishment, y'all. I'm a little Spanish. See the way we tear up the place, yeah. God bless. Take care.